So let's imagine that you are somebody, between the ages of 18 and 40, really, older, could be older than that, and you don't really know the path you're on. You don't really like the path that you're on. You don't like your job. Maybe you don't like your career. You're just bored with it, tired of it, whatever. Maybe you've had one job, few jobs, and you're just not happy with it. What do you do? Maybe you're in a place where mentally that you don't like going there every day. Maybe you like certain aspects of it, but definitely not all of it. You think that there's something else that would be better, better way to spend your time. 40 hours a week, that's a lot of time. What do you do? I don't have all the answers. I was kind of in a similar position at one time, and I realized that doing my own thing was at least worth a shot. And I'm not going to go super deep in all that in this video, but I would say that it was absolutely 100% worth taking that shot. But that's not the only option, because there's a lot of people out there, I think, that they don't have like an idea or that thing. Maybe they haven't had enough experience in one area or another to say oh, I'm just going to open up my own web development company or this or that or the other thing. So I think it's important to understand that that's not the path for everyone. And I've spoken to a lot of people in my life, friends, family, and stuff like that. And, sometimes the conversations are difficult, because I personally believe, and it's worked out in my life, where I'm trying to chase fulfillment and happiness and meaning in the things that I do. That normally is a better way to go than trying to chase specifically money. The two kind of absolutely can go hand in hand. But if you put one before the other, specifically if you put money before your mental health and your fulfillment, and why would you do that? I mean, it's like, so the point that I kind of want to get to is, what are your options? And I don't know everybody's situation specifically, but let's say that you've had a job for a little bit. Maybe you went to school and you're in a career path and you like it to a certain degree, but you don't like every piece of it. And you're early on and you're like, wow, this is kind of shitty. I don't know if this is for me. If you're questioning that, what do you do? Well, I wouldn't ever tell somebody to stay in a place that they firmly do not enjoy and just is ruining their happiness, mental health, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't advise that, but it is scary when you're in that position. So some would say, well, maybe if you don't like that career path and you've already spent a lot of money at school and you don't like it, if you don't like your job, for instance, right? If you don't like your job, here's one option. If you don't like your job, go back to school and study something else. There's absolutely people that have done this. I'm sure there's people that have been successful with it. But in the year 2021, where it seems like college just exponentially has continued to grow in price, the tuition to go to even a state school, right? We're not even talking Harvard or Yale. We're just talking a regular state school like the University of Pittsburgh, like I attended, and many other colleges, not just picking on Pitt. I don't see how that is even like a somewhat of a decent suggestion, unless you, for some reason, really think that you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or maybe an engineer or something that requires certification. Especially a second time, I wouldn't even recommend it the first time, but especially a second time, I'm not sure why that's a good idea. So again, maybe for some, but I probably wouldn't do that. Because think about it, especially if you've already gone to school, all of the money that you've paid for that degree, maybe you're still in debt, but even if you're not in debt, why would you want to do that again? Why would you want to set yourself back that much? I don't know. I wouldn't want to do it. I don't see why. I don't see how that's cost effective in any sort of way, or conducive to, if you have your further self in mind, right? You're putting your mental health in mind. And again, this goes back to the money conversation. You want to make sure that you're not screwing your future self financially in anything that you do, but that's a big one right there, right? So you want to make sure of that, because I will tell you this from personal experience. If you have no debt, 99% of the stress is gone, because you don't have money that you owe to people that you have to pay. And if you don't have that, then of course you want to you want to increase your income as much as possible, but it's not nearly as stressful. So that's an idea. But again, this is the big thing that I wanted to hit on. I wanted to hit on these ideas that people will give back to you if you're in this position, because I know that I've had people close to me, friends, family, like I said, people going through these situations, people giving suggestions like that. That is the scariest suggestion I've ever heard, is go back to school and do something new. It might work in some cases, but I don't know why you would do that. I'm going to give you an alternative suggestion that I think some have started to catch on to, but not enough. And that is very simply, well, let me backtrack actually. The first step is to actually take the time to do some self-introspection and try to gain some self-awareness. And that sounds, Mark, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, here's the thing. I am going to bet that if you're in this situation, you probably were either pushed into a career path, or you just thought about it on a whim and then it didn't turn out right. Everybody makes mistakes. It's all good. Here's the thing though. I try to not make the same mistakes over again, right? I think that's a good way to live life. So instead of trying to jump into something new, take some time to really try to understand yourself. Try to think about the things that you actually like to do. Maybe go out and actually try them, right? Whether it's baking or, this, that, or the other thing, crochet, I don't care, whatever it is, okay? Whatever it is, go out and try to do those things. Learn about things. Just experience, as cliche as it sounds, experience life. Experience the different things that we have in this world that we can potentially make money from. And don't limit yourself. If you think that you like something and you enjoy doing activity X, there is probably a way to make money. Somebody is probably willing to pay you for that. That gets a little bit into the entrepreneurship talk, so we're not gonna dive into that. But I'm saying purely find things that you enjoy and really do that. Do not make the same mistake. I would hate to see somebody go to school, come out with a degree, hate their job, and then be like, you know what, I'm just gonna randomly click on another application to another school, another major, another degree, and go do the same thing again. Go out and try to figure out what you like. Try to have conversations with yourself, as silly and psychotic as that might sound. Have conversations with yourself, internally, write things down, try to understand yourself more. I guarantee you that's where you're lacking. I guarantee you. Because you would know exactly where to go next. And you would be much less stressed if you knew what you enjoyed and tried different things and did all those types of things. So again, the point of what I'm trying to say is you have options. Don't feel discouraged, because here's the other thing. Once you've actually figured that out, or you've put any level of thought into what you might want to do, then a million doors open up. Because once you have that ability and that self-awareness to kind of understand, oh, maybe I like this instead of, this thing that I was doing here, maybe I'll try different things, whatever. Once you start to become a little bit more, I don't want to call it self-sufficient necessarily, but once you're willing to work on yourself and work through those, we'll call them problems, small problems, bumps in the road that you don't like this, so you got to try something different, right? Once you're willing to do that and you're open and you're able, and your mindset is like that, then it's literally, it's a completely different game. And here's why. This is what I was trying to mention earlier. I think some people have caught on, but I don't think enough people have caught on. you can actually get an entire collegiate degree, experience, whatever, all of that knowledge, you can absolutely get that online. And you can get it for way, way, way cheaper than by going to school. Again, I'm not saying, let me preface this here, I'm not saying that if you want to operate on people for a living, that you can get that education on YouTube. I'm not saying that. But for a lot of other things, you absolutely can. I was not formally trained on how to build websites. Learned a little bit in college, very small amount. Learned all of it, 99% of it, on YouTube. Now you may say that that's like a newer thing, there's a lot of content on it. Yeah, sure, it's a possibility. But trust me, I've been on YouTube a lot, there's a lot of people making content, and here's the other thing. I'm just gonna throw this randomly in there. If you do learn how to do something that isn't, like if you have a skill that isn't very popular, then boom, you become the educator. So I think that's a huge thing in the future. I don't want to derail this conversation too much, but because this is more about like people that are stuck in a position of not knowing where to go next, mainly from a career and purpose type thing. But it's really that simple. You have to try to figure out what you want and what you like by doing different things, and you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to fail. You can't be afraid to find things that you don't like, because guess what? How bad would it be to go out and try something and fail at it or not like it? Guess what? You already admitted that you don't like where you're at. So anything is a positive, right? So try it, and then once you start to figure out and have those ideas, those thoughts, those different experiences that you want to maybe devote some more time to, maybe go onto YouTube or the abundance of other information online and learn more about it, learn more in depth, learn how to do different things. And then either from there, you can easily, so I actually heard this, look this up, because I didn't see the exact article, I don't know where it came from, but I know that I've heard this very recently. Google, this is just one example, Google is hiring people that don't even have actual, software degrees. They give you tests, they give you interviews and stuff like that, and they have extensive things that you have to clear before you get it. But the point of that is, if some companies are already starting to hire people without formal degrees, and they're just going based off of the actual merit of work that they can complete and the things that they know, why in the hell are you concerned about a potential degree or not degree in a field that you'd like to pursue? At the end of the day, if you know how to do something and you put the time in to get experience, to get educated on something, no matter how it is, I guarantee you that an employer will care and they will hire you. They will at least give you the time of day. And if they don't, go to somebody else, because there's a billion employers out there. And if not, and if you actually have the bug to try to do something yourself and build something yourself, do it yourself. Build something. Build a business. It's really not that hard. It's a lot of work, it's stressful, but it's way better than hating your life 40 hours a week. And then going home on the weekend and just, you can't wait to get back there on Monday to, hate another 40 hours. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think, but please don't feel like you're completely stuck, because there are so many ways. And as soon as you change your mindset from feeling stuck to actually wanting to get unstuck and put in the time and the effort and the really just the mental work to put yourself in a better spot and actually get to know yourself better and try different things, I'll tell you what, it's literally, that is the switch that so many people need to flip, and they won't do it for themselves, is just saying, I'm stuck, to I want to get better. And I'm telling you, as soon as you make that actual change in your heart and in your mind that you want to get better at doing something, you want to better your position, you want to do this, that, or the other thing, and you want to get educated, it's a complete fact, as clear as day, that the resources are out there for you, and 90% of them are free, I would say. I can't put an exact percentage on it, but many resources are completely free for you, as long as you have an internet connection. So, and even if you don't, get a library card or something, I don't know. But You know what I'm saying? So, look, I hope this helped. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you completely disagree with me, let me know in the comments. DM me. I don't care, wherever. But please, just don't feel stuck. I know there's a lot of people out there. Just flip that switch and just say, I'm going to get better. Take care.